This is our YouTube debut. So I might seem. Hold on, I gotta change glasses so I don't look. So
I thought you were
weird.
gonna. I thought you were gonna move the camera so like I wasn't back here and you
So
were
far
like,
back. I could move far back, but I'm just not trying to because I'm really not trying to show off my full physique to the audience yet.
I
I'm not
mean,
trying to give them that.
I can move forward, I guess. I can't
Come on,
really.
let's see your face, man. Get up here. Let's see what you look like. Kind of in the dark. We know you got a beard, but we don't know how much of the beard really covers you, or is it just shadow?
That's why I was way back there. I was trying to stay away from the camera.
No, nah, come on, man. You're the brand. You're the brand. We love Nate. Tyler is killing it right now. There we go.
You definitely had more wine. Yeah,
I definitely
you
had
got
more
happy cash.
people.
Happy
I got right-minded for this. Honestly, it was because I had a rough day at work. Really rough day at work. I did not want this day to be rough, so to make it less rough, I pre-gamed. Yes. I pre-gamed the podcast.
Nice. And this is game. So
here's the game. That's the game. I got.
Cheers.
I'm staying hydrated. Cheers, so, Tyler. Man, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing really good. Real quick, since you're drinking, I'm drinking water right now. Nick Fry, man, Mascot Theory bass player, 6 years sober today. Congrats, Nick. Yeah, it's also Beth Killy's birthday.
Happy birthday, Beth! Oh
yeah,
my God.
Yeah, it's Beth's birthday. It is. It was Atlas's birthday yesterday.
Yes, happy birthday, belated. But you got the birthday wish.
I'm spacing. It's somebody else's birthday. Oh, my neighbor's birthday, and then, man, I'm skipping somebody. There's been a lot of birthdays last February, end of February, March. I feel like I know a lot of people had birthdays. So happy birthday, everybody. Cheers.
Yes, happy birthday, everybody. Cheers. Anything that gives me another reason to take a sip, I'm all good.
I'm just good. Every time I take a sip of water, you gotta take a sip. Yeah, that's easy.
You're not saying but a word. You're not saying but a word. I'm here all day for that. Paying for that. That's what I'm here for.
Yo, I just realized this damn heater.
It's a grown-ass man with a heater, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a basement. It's cold down in the basement.
Oh, my goodness.
It's Wisconsin.
I need to see, folks, this is the first time we're doing it on YouTube.
You're checking, make sure it's working.
Yeah. Get a little live view, make sure this is right. We're going to get all the technical stuff. We're not going to make it last too long.
Yeah. Where's your shot clock? Cash said he was going to have a shot clock today.
Oh, that's real.
Yep,
that's
you got
real.
Shot clock?
I have a shot clock. I have a shot clock.
Yeah.
Folks, let me get this started right now to show you how serious we are about keeping this situation tight and professional. Yes.
PRO.
Professional.
PRO. Initial or uppercase. Initial cap.
Pro. Here you go. That's us. Don't look at that. We got the countdown clock. We just go straight to Google. I went real low budget with it. And just did a nice little.
What do you got? Switch over?
There. Mm-hmm. Keep me honest. Keep me honest. Make me have to go back and forth. Be like, all right.
So I'm wearing my hat backwards. I never do this ordinarily, but this way you can see my eyes. But I'm actually kind of like, I don't know, might rock that more often. The backwards Kangol or whatever this is called if it's not a Kangol. What's it called?
So was that a coincidence? I don't think I know. Are we just backwards hats tonight?
I switched it around. Then you went and got a hat and you copied me.
Wow.
You did. You copied me. No, you didn't copy me.
Like I'm saying, you ain't even drink water.
So we were going to do this. You were like, he throws all these ideas at me and everything is like a political stuff, whatever, controversial. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that. Like, let's just talk about dumb stuff, like stupid stuff. And then I mean, I guess we found a middle ground with today's topic. Hopefully, we just talk more about nothing. You know, one thing that kind of sucks is since this is like this, we can't see. Well, people would have to come over, subscribe, and then comment
But
live.
I'm lucky enough. I have the YouTube open, so I can see how's it going live. So
Okay,
got one person
jumps
watching.
on.
So if anybody jumps on, please check in with us.
Yeah,
make us feel like we're doing this for a reason. Please.
Yeah. Since you're producer,
So I'm watching it. I'm engineering the session. I'm
do the whole thing. You gotta let me know who's on the line. You gotta like, we got a caller.
I do.
We got to get Pimp and Neil on the line.
Yeah, you can go ahead and text him, but nah, he should know about this already. But ladies and gentlemen, what we are here for. So we came here to talk about, as you saw the thumbnail, woke culture, and is it really ruining Hollywood the way some people are saying? Okay. Now, needless to say, I am probably on social media a little bit more than Tyler. I do a lot of social media bathrooming. So, I get on there. I pay attention to certain things that's going on. And recently, while I was on Twitter, there was a post. Somebody posted about Lord of the Rings and how, if you're unfamiliar, Lord of the Rings now has black elves in it. I'm not going to say has some dark-skinned elves in it. Okay, dark-skinned elves. And I think there might have been some people of Spanish descent. You know what I'm saying? In there, I don't know what to say. I want to say Hispanic. I'm not sure if we're still supposed to say that. I'm just going to go with Hispanic because that's how I was raised, and I thought that was respectful. But there's some Hispanic people in there. Somehow, the fact that they're
non-white,
correct, is causing an issue. Yeah. And I just want to share with you guys something that I saw. And it just...
Did you just zone out? You just freeze?
No, I'm sorry. I'm focused, man. Can you allow a pause?
I can, but you're focused.
Let me allow a pause. It's just a pause. So it's go woke, go broke, respect the source material. Lord of the Rings fans in race row as they slam. Did I say that incorrectly? Lord of the Rings fans in race row as they slam Amazon's. Okay.
What is race row? I've never even heard that.
I really thought that I was reading it wrong. I'm sorry. I am not showing you guys what I'm reading.
What's going on here?
So here we go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
You get it all with us, baby. When you're on the Amped Up podcast, you get effects. So here we go. Go woke, go broke. Respect the source material. Lord of the Rings fans in race row. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
This is what
I can see it. I don't know what it means.
Amazon's $1 billion Rings of Power series, which has cast black actors to play dwarves and elves.
Fans. Like what? 2? How many fans?
No. Let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I am I'm a talking stand, right? I'm a talking stand. I am definitely a talking stand. And so I'm a big stickler. Like the reason why I loved the Lord of the Rings series, the Fellowship series so much when Peter Jackson did it is, it stuck very much to the book. A lot of the incidents, so it was very fantasy fulfillment, and that if you read the books and you enjoyed the books, this was a very good visual of what was in those books. However, Tolkien must have envisioned with the elves the various spots. I can't remember them. I was about to say Lothlorien. Well, yeah, Lothlorien. What they looked like, what Galadriel looked like, what Elrond.
I'm already bored and confused. I'm already bored.
It is so deep.
I checked out like 10 sentences ago.
It is so deep.
Wait, what? All right.
I'm trying to establish my token street cred.
Yeah, no. I can vouch that Cash is a black elf. You're a black
I'm not a black elf.
No,
There is
I know.
no black elves. There are no black elves. I had to correct somebody on Twitter about this. That they were like, the issue was that somebody
They're just
said
elves.
about it's nice to see people of color
They're elves.
as elves. And I was like, they're not people of color. They're the brown-skinned elves. Right? The fact that they're dark, elves. Right? They're not black people. What I'm pretty sure they don't like.
But I can call you
Thanksgiving and have mac and cheese. These are not elves like who care about who made the potato salad. These are not those elves. They're not them. They're not black elves. They're elves that are brown skinned. That's what they are. So,
but I can call you a black elf.
You can't call me a black elf, man. It hurts my feelings because when I was younger, they used to call me Spock because my ears were kind of pointy, I guess. I don't know.
Did you just make that up, or is that legit?
No, I'm dead serious. I'm pretty sure it's reality of the situation. So here is the thing: if anybody on Facebook is watching this, and I play this back, I have a couple of friends on Facebook that were
So I gotta put the thumb out. I don't remember.
And that I went to school with, the elementary school. I probably went to school from like 4th grade.
I thought you were about to say elementary school.
You're really milking this elf thing, huh? You want to do it. You want to say it so bad. You want to say it so bad. Black.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna take a drink for you, so I could.
That thing looks like you got it straight out of like A New Hope. Like that seat in the kitchen. Yo, where's the blue milk, bro? It'd be like if I started drinking my lava lamp over here.
I respect that. I like my big cup, man. I like my big cup. There are no fringes. When this blows up and we have like 1 million subscribers, we do this show and it's on like Spotify, we getting that Joe Rogan money. I'm gonna have a cup like this. I might have a bigger cup where it's like Yoda on it, but I had it for years, so Yoda's stick is kind of crossed out and stuff like that from like finger rub.
That looks like it's faded, like it actually started as like a bright orange or something.
There was a whole bunch of advertising around this. Hold on. This cup belonged to a store.
You did it, or did you get it at like a stadium? It's just
man, that is
that was like a Taco Bell cup. You kept it.
It's a barbecue place.
Exactly.
And you know something? It's a franchise barbecue place.
Is it franchise?
So, yeah, it's a franchise barbecue place that I got.
You don't want to say it?
I can't remember the name of it because I fucking wore it off.
Like famous days.
I wore it off. No, it's definitely not Famous Days.
Yo, question. Didn't we? So, am I correct in saying we were using the other logo before, right?
We were using the other logo.
Yeah, this is way better, man.
I definitely like it for this purpose.
This is way better. I've forgotten about it. I'm glad I pulled that one.
So
today, I like that one. I hadn't seen that in forever.
Yeah, it's nice. It works. Look at it. It fits. It almost looks like it's in your fucking.
It's room. So lit up. The other one, it would have been faded into the background. You can just see the wolf right there. And just the wolf is. Man, I put the arrow over the up, like the U. I don't even know why I did that. I must have been twisted.
We're very on the nose here. We're very on the nose here. We're amped up. If you're not sure which way up is,
it's that way. The good news is we didn't have to do left or right because then I would have gotten confused. But up, I know is up, and this is down. Left,
middle of it.
Right. Oh yeah, because I got the mirror. We should
start. Right now. Yeah, we're BS.
Where's the shot clock, bro?
All honesty, dude, we're awesome. It's like 48 minutes.
Okay, we got 48 minutes.
Yes.
All right. So what were we talking about?
To the Go Woke situation.
And you were talking about Elves.
Yes. So hold on.
Right.
I'm going to share this again. Don't get crazy, folks.
I don't want to go into the Matrix. You got to stop.
You gotta go in the Matrix.
I don't want to do it.
Until I get the better camera set up, we're going in the Matrix. So I
Yeah.
don't have my other screen to make this shit look really smooth. You can deal with it. Plus, it looks cool for a split second. So
I was trying to see if you had any like porn tabs up there.
Close those before the show starts. So, diehard fans of The Lord of the Rings are up in arms after seeing the trailer of new spin-off series that appears to put diverse, woke ideals ahead of staying true to J.R.R. Tolkien's writing. The first trailer for Amazon's $1 billion Lord of the Rings of Power aired during the Super Bowl on February 13th, ahead of its release on Prime Video on September 2nd. There were just a handful of non-white actors in Peter Jackson's film adaptations of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, which some fans think is truer to the world of Middle-earth that Tolkien created in his writing. However, Amazon's series is not based on just a single book, but a swath of Tolkien's writing outside The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, including his unfinished novel, The Silmarillion, and the letters to his biographer, Humphrey Carpenter. Okay. Let's get a quick little look. Here's an example of one of the people playing. We got Ismael Cruz Cordova. He's playing.
No, looks like I can't see it.
Let's see if I can
zoom in. I guess I could zoom in. I mean, it's kind of irrelevant, really. I mean, do I really need to see like what he looks like though? Doesn't really.
I don't know. I think it's central to the conversation.
Okay, it's funny. From a distance, he looked like a young Shia LaBeouf.
Didn't he?
Yeah, from like a distance, you zoom him in, and I'm like, oh my god, it doesn't even look anything like him. It's crazy how like distance changes your perception.
It does. Yeah. That's how you get a case.
And like the lighting as well.
Yes. So here's one of the actors, and then here's another one of the actors.
Okay, I can't tell male or female there.
Hold on. Gotcha.
Because I just see long hair. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It looks like a woman.
It is a woman.
All right.
It is a woman. So these are the actors, and people are having somewhat of an issue with these people being in the act.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
There was a line in that article about truest to the original, I guess, or the book or whatever the deal was. Question: when did that come out? When did he write that? When did it come out?
Probably around.
Wow, you got hot mic on me.
Sorry.
1950.
Was around 19. No. Past that, like 1958 or maybe 1968.
All right, can you give me a?
The Hobbit was first.
All right. Well, it was before you could actually add.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wow, I was wrong.
Yeah, it was in the 1800s or way before that, like the 1600s or something.
1937.
1937.
He wrote The Hobbit.
Okay. Are there photos of the original? I mean, I can't imagine there was like color drawings.
There's
so how are they making
this at all? So just so you're aware.
So in the actual book, there was no illustrations in the first run.
Yeah, it's yeah. I know the whole idea of people saying it was a children's book makes it sound like he wrote it with like illustrations in it and stuff.
Right. No. So how would you know what the characters are supposed to look like? That's your own.
Certain descriptions.
Man, you gotta turn your mic down. You were killing me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I am extra loud. Put this down. Is that a little better?
Yes.
Better? Okay, there we go. So he had certain descriptions of people.
Right? Yeah.
He would say, like, their skin was fair, things like that.
Okay, so for the elves.
Yes. And probably for a few of the human race and Numenorians, things like that. So he had descriptions.
So he went out of his way to say like Aragorn was like to specifically draw attention to physical features such as his skin complexion.
You know something? I got to be honest. I can't necessarily remember that much.
Okay. But it would not be a stretch to say that it's ridiculous to think that anybody would be upset considering that this is an interpretation. It was a book, and the whole point of a book is to create your own in your own imagination what those characters look like based on the descriptions provided. Everybody would come up with different ones. It's not like, okay, well, he did a movie and then these are the characters and this is how he made them look, right?
Right.
So
Yep.
I don't know.
I mean,
but how many fans? How many fans? You like?
No, there's a lot. You gotta understand. There's a lot of us talking stands are pretty deep,
and so people are like actually upset about this. But that's not what they're upset about, though.
Well, that's the part of the issue.
We know that that's not what they're upset about.
So that's what we're here to discuss. Because when you argue with them, as purists, what they do is they're coming from the side of, well, they feel like that wasn't Tolkien's intention. And again, speaks to what
I can't even take this serious.
What you just
jeez.
So
okay.
There's other battle points they go to war with. They'll say, that they feel it's opposing to the story, that it's not what the story was intended to be, that's not how the story should go, that there weren't these type of characters. Tolkien was a Christian. He didn't want that.
Wait, what? wait. Can you just roll that back?
This is a legitimate argument that I've had on that.
I'm sorry. Tolkien was a Christian. Please explain to me how that has anything to do with it. Please. I'm confused.
I cannot. I can only.
So a Christian, is this basically like a Christian would not want his elves to be dark skinned? Is this an actual theory by a Christian, or is this an excuse rather?
No, I think, well, hold on. I think the Christian side of things
Please
is
explain.
More the issue. The Amazon has announced that there will be nudity, or there might be certain sexual aspects to part of the story. And this all has to do with early when they bought the rights to the Lord of the Rings, to Tolkien's world. They kind of announced that they wanted like a type of Game of Thrones type situation. And so if you remember how Game of Thrones was early, it was a lot of, here's my boobies, here's my dingaling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was all over the place.
Okay.
So that's what people
I didn't really watch it, but I know the concept.
Yeah, I think the Christian aspect of that points more to that.
Okay, so it's just people are pissed off about shit, and you see it, and I'm not seeing it because you're a Tolkien fan, and then you're on this stuff more than I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get a lot of, like this is the,
Dude, can we talk about kittens?
Now we're not talking about kittens.
I want to talk about kittens.
Hijack. We're talking about. You love talking.
Where's Roxanne? Get Roxanne.
You love talking about the woke culture. You don't need to bring. Why are you bringing folks into this?
The woke culture. Yeah. All right. Well, we got two separate things going on here.
So let's see.
We got the woke thing, and then you got people who, they're going to complain about things for. You got those like Christian websites that do like the reviews, like how appropriate it is for Christians to watch and like families, and I forget what it's called. So I guess you got that aspect of people who are really by the books on things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's interesting, how is this woke culture in this case though?
Because what they believe is they believe that the reason why, and that's why the topic for today is it really ruining Hollywood? Because it's not just Lord of the Rings that I want to discuss. You know what I'm saying? There's other movies that obviously woke culture has had an influence on changing the narrative or maybe the casting for the movie. But did that casting or that change of narrative actually negatively affect how good the movie was?
Okay. All right, I get that aspect, and we could talk about that, but can you, for the people that do not understand, can you explain in 2 sentences woke culture? What do you mean by that?
Woke culture means that you are paying attention to areas where people who have been traditionally oppressed are being negatively represented and making sure that you call attention to that negative representation. I believe that is the spirit of woke culture. I believe that I'm trying to
I feel
phrase
like I
it.
need to rewind that because I
Yes,
don't
because
even know what you just said. I'm not even
again.
sure that made any sense. It didn't in my brain.
I couldn't say it again. It is
Yes.
literally what it is people are trying to pay attention to when people who are oppressed. So there's situations where it's people of color, LGBTQ community.
Domestic
Uh,
violence.
no, not that we're not talking about a situation like that. We're talking about, we're talking about groups of people that are traditionally viewed as marginalized in this country. Okay.
All right, so you're gonna tell me the actual definition. So I feel like woke culture is like everything. I mean, it's anything where you're drawing attention to the fact that this is offensive, somebody's offended by it, and they need to correct it. You're gonna tell me
Mm.
it's specific to race?
No, I didn't say race. I said marginalized people.
Right, marginalized communities. Okay, I apologize. Yeah, race was not what you said. All right, but would you not agree that it's more than that? Like, I mean, canceling, like, "Baby, It's Cold Outside" or uh, Joe Rogan. That's not woke culture.
I don't know if that falls under woke or if that was still under
I
the
would
whole
think it.
me. I
I
don't know. I think that has to do with me too.
what what did I say? Joe Rogan and
We're talking about the baby it's cold outside situation, and I thought that was a result of me too.
okay, all right. Well, it's when people are upset about things, and they
If that's
want to
your
correct it. Yeah.
definition of what woke culture is, I
Yo,
mean,
you
if that's
definitely your mic is dude, it's so hot.
I'm just loud, dog. Okay, I gotta
See, when
obviously
you and it actually cuts out. It's cutting out.
because I'm going. So I'm using soft tones, right? Sometimes I
And
use
then getting
soft tones.
amped up
I
tones.
get amped up, and then this is what happens. You can feel the electricity in the mic. God damn it!
What does Dolly Parton do? She backs up, man. Got back up. Y'all, I'm about to get loud.
I feel you. I can't do
What?
that.
What up? Okay. So in this case, can you do me a favor though? Then tell me why this is a case of woke culture, because it seems like the opposite.
So what the fans are arguing is that the only reason
Oh, it's a
why
result of woke culture.
there you go.
All right. Got it.
There you go.
It's a result of the woke culture that this is happening, and that's the only reason these people have been cast.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna go with why the fuck do you care? Number one. I don't and this is where it's clearly like somebody's upset about the fact that it's I feel like they're losing something. It's like, oh man, well, and then it's really just not about anything that people say it is. It's just like you don't like it. You don't like it. The fact that that's taking a job away from some white person, or it's not the way you remember it, and
I need to argue that one point.
Yeah.
Can I argue that one point about, and
Absolutely.
this is the phrase that kind of pisses me off with those folks. The taking a job away from. Because the implication is that the job was yours for someone to take from you. That somehow you were supposed to be that person who you thought filled that role was supposed to be the person that took that position. And now you're mad because they're not getting that position. Someone who is of a darker skin tone is the one getting that position.
Yeah, it's the fear, but that's the overall across society right now is the fear of like whatever advantages they had or whatever opportunities is now not only going to get evened out, but may go the other direction, or they feel it has gone the other direction. And that as a white person, you're not getting actually, people of color have more opportunities. There's people who think this way. And
Wow.
my guess is the same people that would get upset about somebody who's, a person of color in a fantasy movie. Can I repeat that? Fantasy movie. It's like sci-fi. It's like, oh my God, there was only one black guy in the whole universe. Lando. Where did they come from?
This isn't historically
And it's
accurate.
like, it doesn't matter. You can add characters whenever you want. You can make a whole nother race. We don't know what any of those, like green people, you probably do the green ones with
Based on a true story.
Like, what's Ahsoka Tana? I don't know. She got like horns.
I should know because I just watched the whole thing about the people with that
Drylock
on their
Twilight.
I completely forgot because there's the one in the Book of Boba Fett, the poor one that got blowed. Oh, I'm not gonna spoiler.
Oh yeah, you might spoil it. You know what's funny? Kai thinks she stereotypes. I shouldn't say stereotypes. She thinks they're all Ahsoka Tano. So she does the every black guy looks the same. She does that with whatever that race, the alien races with the horns. Yeah,
she's like Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, they're all the same, and I'm like, and then I have to explain. No, that's this. It's the same race.
It's okay.
Okay.
She's allowed. She doesn't know the difference between grade A and Wagyu. So,
All right, we're off topic again. When we were talking about woke culture, right? Yeah. So, do we think it's getting? Let's get to the point.
We got Mike on it. That's what's up. Thank you for checking in, man. I'm look, man. Somebody sits up here and gets.
It comes in on the. I guess that's what Facebook
live, and you can see it on YouTube. Yeah,
sweet.
Same thing.
Nice.
So that's what's up. Appreciate you. But shit, man. I mean, this is the thing, dog. Is
his profile picture looks like a winter hat from my.
Yeah, America.
I can't tell what it is, but it looks like one of the hats with the ball on the top of it. I see, like
I do not
it looks
know.
so small. I can't even see what it is. Oh, it's the play button. That's what it is. Over.
It's the flag.
No, I was talking about that orange thing. It's play button at the top of it that makes it look like the fuzzy thing on the top of a hat, like Kenny's hat or like the South Park characters.
Gotcha.
All right, so woke culture.
Okay, so yeah, back to
is it ruining Hollywood? All right, give me an example of some times that people have said it is ruined Hollywood.
Did you watch Eternals?
I didn't get through it. I got about 30 minutes in on it.
You made it 30 minutes. Okay. All
right. I didn't really give it a chance. To be fair, I turned it on when I was doing something else, or maybe I was even tired and it wasn't enough to keep me awake. And then I didn't try it again.
I understand. It wasn't.
It wasn't worth watching the whole thing.
It was. I don't blame you. The only reason I finished watching it is because I think I paid to see it. So I think I'm a Marvel stan. I go to the movies. I want to see it on the big screen. I give every Marvel movie a chance, even when I know it's probably going to suck.
Right.
So, I'm one of those.
But you said Spider-Man was dope. We're going to get, we got to stop. We got to stay focused. Stay focused.
So here's the thing. So Eternals suffered from the whole idea about being woke, and that's the reason why Eternals wasn't good. Because
all right, can we use another example? Something that I've actually seen.
I don't know what you've seen, man. I can't.
Not Eternals.
Well, you got to bring up something that you've seen that you thought maybe might have been you know, classified as woke.
I don't care. I don't care how the characters. I don't care what their skin tone or sex is. But if they suck as actors, I will absolutely point that out. If it's not good acting, oh, now is that part of it though? Is it like, oh, this person was a bad actor, actress, and that because they put this character in there and they got somebody who wasn't a good actor when they could have got somebody of a different skin tone, is that all part of it too? I honestly have no clue in this case. Don't know.
So with Eternals, I think what the initial issue was is that when Eternals was advertised, it was a very diverse cast. Okay, you pretty much got a lot of races represented within the Eternals cast. So a lot of different cultures. And I believe now here's the thing. These are Marvel characters. Obviously, these are characters that are technically from a whole nother planet. Okay, they come from the comic book. They come from Titan. They're a race of
Right.
people that are just completely different. When when they
Fantasy.
were drawn, right? When they were drawn,
Sci-fi.
all the characters' skin were, that good old peach shade that they all had back then. That basically all the drawings were. So
Oh, right. We're basing it on the way the characters were drawn. I actually
right,
forgot it was comic.
right,
Okay.
yeah. They come from a comic book,
I
so
don't know. They've done that. They've changed characters a lot though. Like they've done. This isn't the first time that's happened. Even in the
right,
Marvel movies.
exactly. So I mean, this should not technically be an issue. I mean, here's the thing. My viewpoint on it is I recognize. Oh, okay. I can't remember the names of any of the characters because that's literally how bad the movie was. I remember Icarus. That's about it. I remember Icarus. The only reason I remember Icarus is because it's
He
Icarus. I
flew
watched
into
the
the
video.
sun and his shoes
There you
melted.
go.
Yeah,
I love Greek mythology, so anything close to that is
got it.
instantly relatable. Um, but okay, you have all these, different characters, and I understood all of that, but ultimately the issue is that it was just a boring movie. Like I
What
understand the
does
way
this have to do with the casting though?
but see, that's the thing. I guess the reason is they cast the characters because maybe they felt like they wanted a diverse set. They wanted different cultures represented. They
But
wanted
how does
different.
that ruin the writing, or excuse me, the movie as opposed to the writing and the directing and the story and a million other things that were
And that
going
would
there?
be see these your points are the ones that make sense after the movie comes out and you get to view the movie. If you don't like the movie after it comes out,
Oh, you want
because
to blame it on something?
casting all these different people,
Jeez.
it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? That
Ah.
didn't work. That's not how it should have gone. Or there was too much focus from the story. Like too much of the story's focus was on the identity of the characters. Oh, okay, you identify as this, you identify as that, and now the story is focused on that. It's like, but that's technically not. That's not what happened. There was a gay character in there, and none of the story
Oh,
moved
so
forward
this is where you're going
because
with
he
it.
was
Why
gay.
don't you lead with that one, bro? Lead with that.
Bad. Look, and here's the thing: everybody who's watched Eternals, he's gonna get
Knows
mad at
this.
me because he didn't see the movie. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, and the reason it applies to woke culture, is
Okay.
because everybody got mad because there was a gay character in there, and then there was a Spanish woman in there, and it's like these were not the characters that Stan Lee envisioned.
Right, but that's not what it's about. They don't like to see a gay guy in a superhero movie because it's like, dude, I'm watching football. Like, why you gotta make it political and go kneel? Like, that's pretty. It's like that kind of mentality, right? But that's not what it's about. It's like you don't like it for this reason. I
And that's
mean,
the thing. I don't want to, I want to say that, to be honest. I want to
yeah.
tell them that here's the reason why I believe you actually don't like it. But I feel like common sense and just basic deductive reasoning will come to that
They know
point.
why they don't like it.
But, okay, you can tell me that it's for this other reason, that the reason is why you're mad. But ultimately, you got mad, like people getting mad at Lord of the Rings. You get mad at Lord of the Rings, you haven't even seen an episode of the show. We have no idea whether or not this is a good show or not. We're talking about they're basing their argument on the story. Okay, I get it. You feel it's not true to the story. Well, they told you that this is an adaptation. It's not going to be based exactly word for word. This is not a recreation. This is not, we're not, Peter Jackson went into Lord of the Rings, and what he said when he made Lord of the Rings was that he looked at it as like he was doing a documentary. He wanted to approach it from the perspective of he was doing a documentary on the history of some place. And so that's why he stayed so true to the book. But Amazon just
What's that, Alex? You need help? Oh, okay, I'll be right up. Hang on.
Yeah, see how he checks out? It's all right. You know something? Folks, we're going to do this right now. And then while I sit up here and have this conversation with
yeah, please do.
Let's go do something. So,
yeah, can I make you, now that I'm not like the focus of attention, I can just sit back here and be like,
and yawn. You can yawn while
I'm gonna make a lot of crazy. I don't know. It looks way better when I'm back in the background. Just
so
like,
there he is. So everyone, Casimir the Professional, and here is my take on why people shouldn't be mad about Lord of the Rings and the new series being diverse or having a diverse cast.
Oh shit! You get amped up. Let's go.
Yeah. Number one. There are not black elves in the show. Here is the reason why. Because these are not elves that are worried about the mac and cheese or who made the potato salad. These are not black people. These are dark-skinned elves. Yeah, I said that before, but for this particular segment of the show, I'm repeating myself. So, what you need to understand is that, no, this is not black elves, or this is not black dwarves. These are dwarves with darker toned skin, and that is about it. As their complexion is not going to affect what they do in the story, they are not going to face discrimination from lighter skinned elves. That is not going to be a problem. This is not going to be a discussion. They are not going to sit up and argue about, well, the police elves are much meaner to us than they are to y'all. That is not going to be part of this series. You do not have to worry about it. What you need to worry about is whether or not there will be elves doing crazy stuff. Will we have battles between dragons? Will we see Ankelagon the Black? That's how nerd I am. You wanted it, you got it. So let's see if we get that. Let's see if we can actually get, you know, some good stories out of this, okay? The Silmarillion is a basis. We all read it. It does not read correctly. It is not a storybook. He did not write the Silmarillion in a way to tell a great story, but he put enough in the Silmarillion for us to use our imaginations and create a great image. And he painted the lines along what happened and what happened to certain people. But to get mad about the image of the characters that you feel like you hold so dear is ridiculous. Let's see if the story is good, and let's go from there.
I can't even say Silmarillion or whatever you said.
Silmarillion, man. I'm fucking, that's awesome. The Silmarillion.
All right, so
hold on, I should whip it out.
I thought, what? Can you tell me what the topic of this podcast is again? I forgot.
Is woke culture really ruining Hollywood?
And you used this as a way to discuss your fascination with J.R.R. Tolkien and Lord of the Rings.
I don't have a fascination.
I feel like 75% of this entire podcast has been about Tolkien, and 25% has been about woke culture.
Because the reality of the situation is that this conversation wasn't about to bomb woke culture.
Right. You just want to talk about the freaking powers of the...
the fucking Celebrimbor is in that bitch, baby. It's Celebrimbor. He made the books. It's Shadow of Mordor, baby.
You all excited?
You have no idea.
I kind of wanted to. It would have been great. See, I haven't seen the trailer yet, and you were gonna play it, but you've already seen it. Man, so next time I want you to watch it live. Like, I want to see a reaction.
We still are live. We have about 12 minutes.
But you've already seen it. So
of course, I've seen the trailer.
All right, are you gonna react like you just saw it?
If you watch the Super Bowl, you've seen the trailer.
Host join the broadcast. You just joined. What'd you do? Lose yourself?
Who joined the broadcast?
I don't know. It said host joined the broadcast. Must have kicked.
I did not lose myself. No idea.
You better lose yourself in the
But yes,
moment.
you know
You
what I'm
own
saying. I
it.
think the issue is that when you watch, because I'm on social media so much, and understand that I am against. So so everyone who watches this, and if you learn more about us, I'm not necessarily a big fan of woke culture. I understand what it's supposed to be in theory. I understand that the idea of paying attention to when marginalized groups are actually being discriminated against and actually being oppressed. I completely understand that. I'm for that. I don't want bad things to happen to people that bad things shouldn't be happening to. Okay? And I don't think anybody who's a decent human being feels that way, okay? I believe the majority of America probably doesn't want, you know, marginal people who, are getting beat down to get beat down even more. No, you shouldn't get locked up or put a knee to your back when you just all you did was put your hands up and ask a question. There's certain things like that that I believe we all agree on. And when woke culture calls attention to those things, then I praise it. I'm happy for it. But then there is a time where yes, I understand where the criticism comes from, where there are certain things where there is too much of a focus on
The
the
energy
identity
is
of the person. The identity of the person is too much of the narrative of the story. We're not getting a good story. What we're getting is a particular individual struggle based off the idea that you're trying to sell that everyone is struggling like that. And it's just not the case. In certain situations, you cannot sit up here and go, okay, woke culture has a point. Should you put this person in here and let them portray their character? Awesome. But then there's situations where should you put that person in there and now all of a sudden the focus of the story becomes that person's race, that person's sexuality, that person's gender identity. These are the things that the story should focus on when that is not the overall theme of the actual story of the movie of the plot. Then
well
it takes
that
away.
can I stop you there because
Yeah,
that's a very good point, and that to me is where in Hollywood. So the issue to me with woke culture is that I don't think it's necessarily the woke culture. It's the reaction to woke culture by the studios and basically the people with the money that invest in these movies. That's my personal opinion. Because you look at the fact that if the decisions that were made with like the Star Wars films, and there's been a lot of other ones where they go, if we do this, more people are going to watch it. And they probably has something where it's like, everybody, it's probably just algorithms. It's pulling information. That information is telling these folks, these executives that, well, this was trending on Twitter. This was. So let's do these certain things. And that somehow that's going to translate into tickets. And the biggest problem is that's become the focus of music and entertainment on that level, is that it is not about art. It is about tickets. I mean, you just consider the fact that Disney put all that money into Star Wars, did 3 movies in a row with no idea how the 3 of them were going to connect. Fascinating. They had no idea. They had 3 different directors, no story to tie them all together. That is insane. And if you're doing that, you're just basically going, it doesn't matter. And we already know they made decisions entirely based on what the internet was saying. That's what they did. They made decisions about, okay, well, we don't want this character to be this character's, Ray's dad or mom or anything like that. So we're going to switch it up. Now it's Palpatine. He rose from the dead. And that's where it's like the biggest problem is I don't think these big studios are willing to take risks anymore with good content. They go, you know what? We're going to recycle Ghostbusters. We're going to take this movie that's been done like 6 times. We're going to do another Dirty Dancing or whatever. I mean, I'm sure you could do it right now. Like, how many remakes are out right now? There's a new Wonder Years, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's like nobody comes up with anything original. You just go, well, you know what? even if the only people that watch this were fans of this show at this time, we can't lose money. And they go, it's an easy way to make that decision is that we know we'll at least get some of this. We're not going to lose a lot. And it's probably a testament to what bad shape most companies are in, entertainment industry, all these. Yeah, they're making a lot of money, but you go like 3 years losing. I don't know. You can't afford to lose like $150 million on a freaking film. You can't afford to do that. You can't take a risk. So you got to go with a guarantee. You got to pick a guaranteed hit.
Still spend that same 150 million.
And then there's all the, I mean, I would say that, you know what's really ruining Hollywood? If you want to break it down to some stupid social media bullshit, it is the fact that people try to theorize what things are about and they nitpick at every little detail. Half the information, stuff gets leaked. That's a huge problem. I mean, I'm not going to blame the people because they're probably second in line. I mean, to me, it's the movie industry. It's folks that have basically a monopoly on a lot of these, when it comes to record labels and film companies. There's huge monopoly. I'm not saying you can't do things on a smaller scale, but it's damn near impossible to get the same sort of exposure. And it's almost like they go out of their way to not expose it. And then it's like, well, you know what? We need more exposure. So maybe we're going to make some character choices. So like you said, I got no issue with them putting anybody in a role. I really don't care. And if you do care, that speaks volume. You don't need to tell me why it bothers you. I know why it bothers you. Like, let's not kid ourselves, So, yeah, well, you can bring you back. That's the longest I wanted to talk tonight. This is your show.
That was spectacular, man. That was spectacular. Nah, thank you for bringing up all those points, because that ultimately the biggest issue is that I just zoned out. I was about to repeat.
You zoned out? You take a nap?
Welcome to episode 1, baby. I'm halfway at the game.
We got 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
We got 7 minutes.
7 minutes left in the period.
You know something? I want to address this because Mike brings up the Fresh Prince show is cool. Whole different concept. Now you got realer than the comedy. Whole different vibe.
Yeah, but Cobra Kai's done the same thing. It's the same story. You take that idea where it's like, okay, you took this and you did something good with it, but I still think they chose that franchise, if you will, or whatever. They bought the rights. People have these rights to these certain things. Those are like guarantees. They become almost guarantees because it's become so hard to target people outside of their likes, their social political views, patterns, right? So it's probably become like harder yet simpler to target people. It's a little bit of both. And so that's a very good point.
I agree. This is the thing. I agree with Mike. I've watched the show. Me and my wife watched the show, and it's a good show. To be honest, it's a very good show. It is. I'm drinking. Sorry, folks. It's a very good show in comparison to it's you can't really compare it to the older show, because the older show was a sitcom and it had the 30-minute format, the 20-something minute format and things like that. This is a much more realist show. This is what actually happened to some kid who got into some shit and then had to move with his aunt and lived out in Bel Air, California, and and this is his cousin, and his cousin doesn't just dance and be funny and be silly. It's a real show. You know what I'm saying?
It's a drama. Okay, yeah, so we got a drama.
Yeah, it's definitely a drama.
Is there outrage?
Good.
Is there outrage? Is anybody upset that it's not a sitcom?
No, no.
It's not true to the original? Just saying.
You see what
Now
he did?
Cobra Kai. You see that? You
Same
need it.
thing. Same
Yeah.
thing.
But now
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, right? Now I would say that is
No, that's different because
true to
that's
the
a
original,
continuation. Yeah.
but still, it's a name. You're buying that name. You could slap Fresh Prince of Bel Air. What's this called? Bel Air.
Yeah.
It could be a whole nother show, right?
Yeah.
You could probably turn it into a whole nother show. It could have nothing to do with it.
To be honest,
yeah,
the points that this show hits are literally nothing similar to the first show. The only thing that this has in common with the first show is that it is a kid from Philly who gets in trouble and moves to stay with his rich aunt in California.
right.
That is literally the only thing that it has in common with the first show. Character-wise, the characters are there, right? Aunt Viv, Uncle Phil, Carlton, Hillary, Ashley. They were
But
all
you
there.
swap their
There's
names
Jazz,
out. Yeah.
There's a Jazz. You know what I'm saying? There's his mom is there. There you go. You have the core characters. But this is complete. This is reimagined.
Right.
This is like you said, it's a drama.
So is there any reflection of their actual personalities from the show in the past that was actually technically in the future?
Somewhat. So I would say somewhat. Like who they are when they were serious as people, yes.
Yeah.
Even though I would say Hillary is a bit more focused and less comical. She's not an airhead.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's done very well. But to speak to your point, which is definitely on the nose, there's no creativity. It's great that like you said, they used an established IP. Here's Fresh Prince. We know this works. And like you said, if we can just get everyone who liked the original to buy in, we can't lose. And that's ultimately the issue. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Hollywood, is that the lack of creativity results in we not getting anything fresh for us to latch onto. Like
because they're just buying properties, and then it's like you're buying the property, but you're not realizing that you're going. We know that's what Disney did, right? It's Star Wars. You can't lose money on it. It's like buying an NFL team. You can't lose money. It's impossible. So you go ahead, you buy this franchise, and you're basically like, we're buying the name. We know we can't lose on it, and they're not thinking about the fact that these fans are like really serious and they need things a certain way. And I mean, maybe they're starting to get a little bit smarter where you're picking these franchises like Cobra Kai or Wonder Years or stuff like that are kind of like people know what they are. Like they're clearly targeting people in their, 40s, 50s. Absolutely, that's what's going on. All these movies from, when I was growing up, you were growing up, are popping out. So they're definitely, numbers must show them that those are the folks that are
actually watching TV.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because basically everybody under 30 is on TikTok.
Right. Yeah, and everybody over is on nothing. They're on nothing.
Podcast. That's what it's going to be on next week's podcast. Peep game, because we are coming down to the end. I'm going to check the countdown.
Boom.
No, we got 4 minutes. We got a solid 4 minutes.
Mine says 7:59. Okay.
Oh, we got 4 minutes. Yeah.
All right. We got 4 minutes.
But no, I really think
so real quick, going back to the, like what they did with Star Wars or buying that, we also have to look at the fact that it's kind of our faults as well. It's a fan. It's our fault for having some sort of expectation when it's not the person who created it. In almost every one of these situations, it's not Tolkien, it's not Lucas, it's not I don't know. Let's name some more Ghostbusters. It's not
Reitman.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know how you can get upset. You can be disappointed, right? But like enraged, and this is where it's people aren't targeting, they're putting their energy in the wrong places. And this goes back to the woke stuff too. It's like you want to fix something, then put your attention in the right places. Like, okay, you want to sit there and crash the Spotify server because some guy's spreading COVID misinformation at the time. Then you get an N-word video. But it's like, you'll shut it down for that. What happened at the end of the day? Take Joe Rogan off of Spotify. Is somebody going to go get vaxxed? Like, it's not going to change anything. So, like, you getting upset. Do you think the movie theater, the movie studio is going to actually like, well, you know what? Next time, no. What they do is they start doing the shit that Disney did with the what was the last, not the Last Jedi, but the last Jedi movie. What the hell was it? Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Palpatine's Palpatine's uncle's sister's boyfriend's fiance. I don't know.
We can have 4 shows on that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like then the studio is trying to determine what they think that you want, and it's, I mean, like, everybody just shut up. It's either going to be good or it's going to suck. It's probably going to suck. I'm okay with I've come to peace with everything sucks. It sucks. That's why when we were going to do this podcast today, I was like, bro, can we talk about something that does not suck? Let's talk about something that's not depressing, like overly depressing. This doesn't really depress me.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, people are stupid. You're upset about the wrong things at the wrong time, and then you put your energy in the wrong place. Good stuff.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely awesome, isn't it? I mean, well, I guess I don't know. We're getting out of time, so maybe I'll just chime in with, you know what I'm saying.
You gotta wrap it up, dude. Give us some rant.
Here we go. So here's the rant, the grown man rant. I'm giving myself some FaceTime. Grown man rant. The question we asked today was, is woke culture really ruining Hollywood? And to be honest, nah, it probably isn't. Is Hollywood actually ruining Hollywood? Yeah, it probably is. Why? Because they're too focused on the algorithm. They're too focused on what is everybody saying? What do the metrics say? What are they viewing? What do we think will get us some views? What is nostalgic? You know, it's not valuable. To be honest, if you're really about skill, if you're really about the art, if you're really about enjoying things, and you should look at things from the perspective of how good is the story. We want Hollywood to deliver good stories again. We shouldn't care about the skin tone or the sexuality of our characters when the characters that we're actually looking at are probably fictional. So why should we actually care? These are not documentaries. We're not looking at somebody else's life. These are literally things that are made for escapism. That's what we should be focused on, escaping and just enjoying what Hollywood offers us. Look, that's just the last grown man thoughts. I was really trying to be fluent on that one. I hope I did a good job. Yo, Tyler.
I zoned out on that one. I zoned out.
We watch it in the clips, man. I'm going to probably put that little jammy on TikTok right there. Yo, Mike, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you supporting.
M squared.
We are out of time. The fucking clock is going off and it's beeping. We got to go amped up. Wolves and sheep. Pay attention for March 20 because